They're strong enough to punch planets and fast enough to outrun light. They've built an empire across the galaxy, crushing any who oppose them. They're the Viltrumites. But even gods have chinks in their armor. Today, we crack open the Viltrumite vault and expose their deadly weaknesses. Invincible, the comic book turned Amazon Prime sensation, took the superhero world by storm. It's got blood, guts, gore, and enough twists and turns to make your head spin. But one of the things that really makes Invincible tick is the Viltrumites. These alien badasses are like Superman on steroids, with the morals of a rabid honey badger. They've conquered countless worlds, and for a while, it seemed like no one could stop them. But as Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, learned the hard way, the Viltrumites ain't invincible. They've got some serious flaws in their programming, and by the end of the series, these weaknesses become their undoing. So buckle up, cosmonauts, because we're about to take a deep dive into the dirty secrets of the Viltrumite Empire. First up, their inner ears. These things are like super-sensitive gyroscopes that keep them flying and punching at ludicrous speeds. But blast them with the right frequency, and you can scramble their brains like an egg. Remember that time Mark used a sonic boom to ground Omni-Man? Classic. By the end of this video, you'll be a Viltrumite whisperer, able to exploit their every vulnerability. You'll know how to take down an Omni-Man with a teaspoon, and how to make Thragg cry like a little baby. So, are you ready to become the ultimate Viltrumite slayer? Then hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Picture this. You're soaring through the sky, muscles rippling, wind whipping through your hair. You feel invincible, right? Well, hold your horses, friend, because for the mighty Viltrumites, this aerial supremacy comes with a delicate hitch. Their ears. These ain't your average lobes, folks. They're finely tuned gyroscopes, keeping them balanced and supersonic throughout their cosmic conquest. But mess with those inner workings, and the whole dance falls apart. Remember Mark Grayson, our boy Invincible? The Global Defense Agency, bless their sneaky hearts, discovered this Achilles heel early on. They slapped him with an earpiece disguised as a communication tool that blasted a frequency, throwing him off kilter like a fighter pilot in a tornado. Talk about a reality check for our hero. But Robot, that crafty engineer, took things to the next level. He whipped up an army of drones, each one a walking sonic boom waiting to happen. Their armor, harmonically tuned to vibrate like a tuning fork when smacked. So, the harder a Viltrumite pummeled, the worse the ear-splitting chorus. It was like fighting a feedback loop in a metal band on steroids. Invincible faced one of these bad boys himself, and let me tell you, it was a ballet of non-violence. Dodging, parrying, grappling, anything to avoid that agonizing symphony. It was a masterclass in turning a Viltrumite's greatest strength, their power, into their most crippling weakness. So next time you see a Viltrumite strutting their stuff, remember, one well-placed sonic boom, and their reign of terror might just be a few decibels away from ending. Now, get ready, because we're about to dive into another secret vulnerability that'll make even the fiercest Viltrumite sweat. Hold on to your butts, space cowboys, because the next weakness is the Rognarr aliens can kill Viltrumites. Forget kryptonite for Viltrumites, because they have a different kryptonite-shaped nightmare, the Rognarrs. These vicious aliens are like rabid wolverines on steroids, packing razor-sharp claws and fangs that can actually puncture even a Viltrumite's seemingly invincible skin. Omni-Man, in his pre-villain days, stumbled upon these beasties and saw firsthand their brutal efficiency. He even chronicled the encounter in one of his sci-fi novels, a not-so-subtle clue for anyone savvy enough to crack the code. And let me tell you, the Rognarrs weren't messing around. Sure, the Rognarrs might not be Viltrumite-level powerhouses, and they're probably easier to swat like angry flies, but that doesn't mean they're pushovers. These critters are agile and vicious, with powerful legs that propel them like furry rockets. Imagine a wolverine hopped up on space cocaine launching itself at you with surgical blades for claws. Yeah, not a picnic. Remember Thragg, the hulking, rage-fueled Viltrumite villain? During the final showdown, he waltzed onto the battlefield with two Rognarrs leashed like vicious attack dogs. Talk about overkill, right? But hey, if it works, it works. Those Rognarrs ripped and tore, proving that even the mighty Thragg knew a good weapon when he saw one. So even though they might not be world breakers on their own, the Rognarrs serve as a stark reminder that brute force isn't everything. It's just one more nail in the coffin of Viltrumite arrogance. showing that even the seemingly invincible can be brought down by the right tools, or in this case, teeth and claws. Now, let's move on to another vulnerability that exposes an even deeper flaw in the Viltrumite psyche. Buckle up, because we're going to crack open the vault of their space racer's invincible gun. Remember those Omni-Man novels we mentioned earlier? Well, buckle up, because one of the tales they spun wasn't just sci-fi fluff. It was a blueprint for Viltrumite annihilation. Yep, tucked away in the pages of The Man with the Invincible Gun was the secret to taking down even the toughest Viltrumite, Space Racer, and his mind-bending weapon. This ain't your average space blaster, folks. Picture a black beam of pure energy that just keeps going. Walls, spaceships, even planets. Nothing stands a chance against this cosmic fondue gun. And guess what? It even shreds through a Viltrumite's hide like it's made of wet tissue paper. Space Racer himself was like a cosmic biker gang leader, zooming around the galaxy on his tricked-out space motorcycle. And his gun became the ultimate equalizer in the Viltrumite war. Remember when Invincible and his crew needed to crack open the Viltrumite home planet like a cosmic piñata? Yep, Space Racer's gun was the crowbar that did the job. But here's the cherry on top. This gun has built-in anti-theft technology. No grubby paws, but Space Racers can even touch it. Try to grab it, and it zooms right back into his hands like a boomerang that's seen enough of your nonsense. Talk about ultimate loyalty. So, the next time you see a Viltrumite swaggering around like they own the universe, remember, one blast from Space Racer's invincible gun is all it takes to turn them into cosmic confetti. It's a reminder that even the seemingly invincible have their chinks in the armor. And sometimes, the most powerful weapons come in the smallest packages, fueled by a whole lot of space biker cool. Remember how I said the Viltrumites had chinks in their armor? Well, let's crack open the biggest one yet, the Scourge Virus. This ain't your daddy's common cold, folks. We're talking about a bioweapon so potent it almost wiped the smug grins off every Viltrumite face in the galaxy. This wasn't some accidental lab leak. Oh no. The Scourge Virus was a calculated strike by the coalition of planets, the desperate folks tired of living under the Viltrumite boot. Created from the blood of a rogue Viltrumite named Thetis, this virus was like a kryptonite cocktail, specifically targeting their super strength and immortality. And let me tell you, it worked a charm. By the end of the series, the Scourge Virus had taken out a whopping 99.9% of the Viltrumite population. That's right. From an empire ruling galaxies to a few sniffling survivors struggling to open pickle jars. Even the mighty Conquest wasn't spared, losing a limb and an eye to the disease's wrath. The Coalition even managed to cook up an upgraded version, proving they learned from their experiments. And guess who got to be the taste tester? None other than our boy, Invincible, courtesy of a sneak attack. He went from punching planets to barely lifting a spoon, showing just how devastating this virus could be. Now, the Scourge Virus might not be a villain you can punch or outrun, but its impact is undeniable. It exposed the Viltrumites as vulnerable, not just to physical harm, but to clever biological warfare. It showed that even the seemingly invincible can be brought down by something as small as a virus. So buckle up, Space Cadets, because we're about to delve into another vulnerability that proves the Viltrumites ain't all they're cracked up to be. This time, it's not about biology or physics, but something even deeper. Skin sensitivity. Remember Superman basking in the sun's rays, soaking up cosmic energy like a lizard on a rock? Well, forget that picture for Viltrumites, because for them, our friendly neighborhood star turns into a cosmic grill, and not the kind with the fancy tongs. Mark Grayson learned this the hard way during his epic showdown with Thragg, the rage-fueled Viltrumite king. Turns out that super dense skin that makes them nigh invulnerable? Yeah, it kind of melts under the sun's intense heat. Imagine a sunburn so bad it turns your teeth to glass. Not exactly a picnic in the park. This weakness is like a cosmic curveball, considering who the Viltrumites are inspired by. You see, these guys are basically Superman's evil twins, ripped straight out of an alternate reality where Krypton went down a dark path. So, you'd think the sun would be their power-up, right? Like stepping into a cosmic battery? Nope. More like stepping into a vat of molten lava. In the end, this unexpected weakness becomes Mark's trump card. He lures Thragg up to the sun, turning their battle into a barbecue of epic proportions. It's a twisted irony, isn't it? The very thing that makes Superman strong becomes the bane of Viltrumite existence. Talk about a cosmic twist of fate. So, buckle up, cosmonauts, because we're about to dig even deeper into the Viltrumite psyche and reveal another Achilles heel that has even the strongest warriors sweating. Well, let's just say it ain't their flying skills. Get ready for the Viltrumite Omni-Man's greatest weakness. Remember how we said Viltrumites are basically Superman gone rogue? Well, buckle up, because here's the twist. They're also way more human than you think. And perhaps the biggest example of this hidden humanity is Omni-Man's greatest weakness, emotions. Early on, we see these brooding aliens trying to play the Spock card, all logic and zero feelings. But boy, do their tempers flare like supernovas. Remember Omni-Man's rage-fueled rampage against Mark? Talk about throwing a cosmic tantrum. These outbursts often led to miscalculations and sloppy moves, proving that even an ironclad Viltrumite brain can get fried by emotions. But here's the kicker. Those very emotions became the key to redemption. When Thragg, the ultimate Viltrumite hardass, landed on Earth with the survivors, he discovered what Omni-Man and Invincible already knew. Human life, in all its fragility, is actually beautiful. Soon, these battle-hardened Viltrumites started forming bonds with humans, finding love and family amidst the chaos. And guess what? Those very attachments turned them into Earth's protectors, fighting against their own kind to defend their adopted home. Talk about an epic character arc. Sure, it may not be as dramatic as a sonic boom or a Rognarr's claws, but this emotional vulnerability of the Viltrumites is arguably their most powerful trait. It shows that even the seemingly invincible can be swayed by the beauty of human connection, proving that love and compassion can sometimes conquer even the darkest cosmic empires. So, there you have it, spacefarers. We've cracked open the Viltrumite vault, revealing their hidden vulnerabilities from sonic booms to Rognarrs, space guns to their own fragile egos. Even the seemingly invincible have their Achilles heels, and the Viltrumites are no exception. They can be outsmarted, outgunned, and even outloved, proving that even the most powerful empires can crumble under the weight of their own flaws. But maybe that's not the end of the story. Maybe the Viltrumites, with their newfound appreciation for human life and their own vulnerability, can forge a new path. Maybe they can become the guardians they were always meant to be, not conquerors, but protectors. Who knows? That's the beauty of stories, the endless possibilities they offer. With that said, thanks for watching. And until next time, keep your eyes peeled for the next time a Viltrumite crosses your path. You never know, they might just surprise you.